Should you work for free? Working for free, a highly debated concept that most freelancers and creatives do not like to talk about. But unfortunately, it is a reality for a lot of people. So the reason I bring this up is I recently had an experience of getting offered a job that does not pay cash money. It's free. No money, no compensation, just my time, energy, and promises of exposure. A very magical concept that many people have heard over and over again. So let me break it down for you. I saw this ad online. Somebody was looking for a co-host position to be on a cable TV network. I thought, wow, that seems awesome. That's what I love to do. Let me try it. I kind of had an idea about the project and wasn't totally sold, but I figured it was really important to ask the last question on my list, which was, hey, is this job paid? And the person responded by saying that you get exposure for your personal brand and everybody wins, AKA no money. I, in the past, have taken on jobs that were not paid, and I did it for totally different reasons. So I think when you're faced with an opportunity that seems too good to be true, definitely do your homework and investigating. But I also think it's totally worth it to take a chance and take opportunities that may have a greater value than whatever they could pay you at the time. I recently got cast on a Thrillist cooking show about a couple months ago. That was an unpaid opportunity, but I thought, this is really cool. I get to be on this web series for 2 days of filming. I get to meet a really fabulous crew, connect with their producers and their editors, and then, who knows, something like that I can always have on my personal reel and I can put it on my resume. So that I felt was totally worth it. Back in college, when I was pursuing more of a design career, I got tapped to do design work for a pretty well-known actor at the time, and the project they were working on didn't have the funding at first. So I knew this was an incredible opportunity. How could I pass something like that up? But for designers and creatives, I know the choice is always really, really hard because your name and your work is at stake. So there are chances that your work could be copyrighted and you don't have the ownership to it. And sometimes that's not worth giving up. But sometimes it is, because if you're not well known at the time, if you feel like you could benefit in the future, if you can maintain connections, if you can see beyond the first step where you are right now, I say go for it. I ended up doing it. I signed away on the dotted line, and it was a pretty big risk, but I totally don't regret it because I maintained connections. I got hired on for a longer contract, and my work is pretty much viewable on so many different platforms. So for me, that's personally fulfilling. For a lot of people, they would rather have the residual check, or they'd rather have, I don't know what else they'd rather have, but I think it's a gut feeling. There was credible exposure, there were really good connections to be made, and it benefited me personally. Now, this other opportunity that I turned down yesterday, it was not worth my time. It was not as professional as I thought, and I don't believe that it would have benefited me. If you're not getting compensated, what are you getting out of it? So keep that in mind. If you should work for free, think about it. Sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not. I don't have a clear yes or no answer. I'm 50-50 on this, but I wanted to share my recent experience with you and tell you why I said no to doing free work, but then also tell you why I've said yes. That's my 2 cents. I hope you found it helpful. Let me know in the comments section if you've ever been approached for free work. Did you do it? Did you not do it? Why or why not? All right, guys, that's it. Happy hustling.